Welcome to the latest edition of Tourismus Namibia. I am your wonderful host, Glenora Shipura. Here's what you can expect in today's broadcast. Under topics, we find out more about the prohibition on export of white rhinos, Anya Denker's book Etosha Self-Drive, and an aerial survey of the vulture population to be conducted. We also look under destinations. We take a look at the Hotel Pension Palmquell in Klein Windhoek and the Kayova River Lodge in the Kavango East region. And under To the Point, we hear from the Deputy Project Manager of the Integrated Wildlife Protection Project, who tells us how rangers will be using equipment recently donated by the Environment Ministry. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be right back after this. Getting right into our topics, starting us off with the white rhinos. The export of live white rhino outside of their natural distribution range from Namibia for breeding purposes only has been banned. Now, this was confirmed to the Network Media Hub this week by Tourism Minister Pohamba Shifeta, who said that the decision has already been gazetted. In terms of Section 49 of the Nature Conservation Ordinance, read with subsection 2 of that section, I make it known that I have prohibited the export of live white rhinoceros outside its natural distribution range for breeding purposes. Shiveta said in a government notice stamped by the Justice Ministry on the 17th of October. Now, he said that this falls under the conditions that a limit of only 5 animals of Namibian origin are kept at any given time in any zoo or on any captivity facilitate to or registered with the World to or is registered with the World Association of Zoos and Aquaria, or on an accredited member of a regional zoo association recognized by the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, CITES Management Authority of the State of Import, as a reputable association for education purposes. Now, Shifeta said that other conditions are that all white rhinos to be exported must be dehorned, microchipped, and accompanied with a Rhino Index System certificate, and staff members of the ministry must be present while loading animals for export. This follows after the ministry recently said that it will be better to regulate the export of live white rhinoceros outside the natural range in future, with an increase in sending white rhino to the USA for breeding purposes only. Now, getting into our next topic, the author Anya Denker last week launched her book Etosha Self-Drive in Windhoek and Swakopmund. Now, the book is a comprehensive travel guide covering the western, central, and eastern parts of Etosha National Park. It offers routes, roads, and suggestions for visitors who are unfamiliar with the park. It also contains detailed information about waterholes, photography tips, and descriptions of the flora and fauna, and also wildlife. Dankar said she worked on the book for 2 years, while the photos included were taken over 14 years. She explained that her deep love for Etosha and nature inspired her to do this. Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful, I would like to say, initiative, but also just it's beautiful to know that we have books written by Namibians for Namibia and of course for the tourist industry. Moving on, an aerial survey of the vulture population in the western Namib from the Swakop River in the north of the Namibrand area in the south will be conducted late this month. Puma Energy Namibia is sponsoring the aviation fuel for 2 aircraft for this important scientific study, which take place along plotted routes for a total of 22 hours over the 4 days of the survey. In good years, between 80 and 100 breeding pairs could be detected in the area, but since the drought in 2021, only about 40 breeding pairs have been counted per year. This is due to the absence of enough food, such as carcasses of oryx and zebra, which means the birds have to fly very far for food. Now, vultures play a major role and a critical part in Namibia's wildlife system, but bird numbers have dwindled drastically due to poaching, poisoning, and other threats from commercial farming. Now, that concludes our topics. On the other side of the break, we take a look at the destinations that you can travel to.
Explore the beauty of Namibia with our car rentals. From wide open spaces to the plains of Namibia's national parks, enjoy the freedom of the open road. Go anywhere you want, whenever you want. We've got you covered, even in the most remote locations. Visit our website and see what we have to offer.
Irongomed is a leading distributor, working in partnership with NewMed and WestMed to meet the comprehensive needs of the Namibian healthcare sector. As a partner pursuing sustainable global healthcare, we offer industry-leading medical solutions through our key focus areas, which include pharmaceuticals, orthopedics, ophthalmology, surgical devices and capital equipment, as well as a well-established scientific laboratory division. In healthcare, Irongomed is committed to making a difference. What about you?
Starting us off in destinations, Tourismus sit down with hotel pension Palmquil manager in Klein Windhoek as she tells us everything there is to know about the establishment. Let's take a look.
Good morning, my name is Hedwig Leibert and we are at Hotel Palmquil. We are situated in Klein Windhoek, Jan Jonger Avenue, and I have been a manager at this hotel since March 2024 up until now. At Hotel Palmquil, we do offer bed and breakfast basis for a night per person. We have got free Wi-Fi, free open parking for all our guests, which is actually very safe. And we have also got a swimming pool facilities for our guests, for all our guests. We have 19 rooms in total. We also have 3 different types of family rooms. We've got 4 sleeper rooms for families, and 1 is actually for a couple and a child or 3 people in the room. We are only 7, including myself, employed at Hotel Palmquil, and we're doing just fine. We're great. Most of our clients are actually business people, for corporate people that stays at least about a week or so, coming in from South Africa and all over. We do bed and breakfast only. We don't serve dinner, nor do we serve lunch. However, the guests actually order in from a dial meal and the restaurants outside. We also recommend them to make reservations. So we do reservations for them at the nearby restaurants. For instance, the Cape Town Fish Market is just down the street.
The nice thing about this is that you don't need to travel outside of the capital city if you just want to have a good time. Sometimes you can have a vacation within the city itself. Moving on to the Kayova River Lodge. The manager at Kayova River Lodge in the Kavango East region, Louisa Hugh, shares how the lodge creates unforgettable experiences for tourists. Let's take a look.
I'm Louisa. I'm from Kayova River Lodge. We are also a community-based project. So all the profit we make goes back to our orphanage, kindergarten and water project. So that is our reason why we are here, and we are trying to do good. We can host a different variety of events like baby showers, birthday, anniversaries, engagement and weddings. Depending on the availability and the guests we already have been booked. Normally we don't mix a event with guests in the lodge because the music and it doesn't work. So yes, for big like weddings, which people want to stay, they have to book out the whole lodge, and then we just focus on the wedding. So it depends on availability. If I already have guests and I cannot move them to fit the event, then unfortunately we will not be able to assist with a venue. Yes, for weddings, and we have one that's coming on the 10th of December. We struggle a bit where we are with props, decorations and stuff. So what I normally do is I will let the people come before the time. We check out the venue, and then we discuss what can I give and what should they assist me with, because the couple I have now is coming from Windhoek. So our arrangement is like the decor. They will help me with like overlays, and flowers is a problem in the Kavango East. So we either use leafy or fairy lights or something like that. If someone wants something else, they should bring it. Yeah, but we make an arrangement and we work out the whole planning. It's beautiful in nature. So nature lovers, it's peaceful and quiet. And I think it's romantic, and we've got the best sunsets and sunrise. And then now, this time of the year, we've got hippos in the river. So it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful place. Yes. Okay. There's one that I use for, or want to use for a honeymoon suite. It's a little chalet with a little kitchenette and also a very nice view. The inside is finished. The outside has been painted, so it's furnished already. The only thing we have to do is just fix the fence, and the stoop, the veranda, needs to be tied.
I definitely want to make my way up north and travel to Kavango East to see some of these beautiful, beautiful lodges and places to visit. Do let us know in the comments where you have visited, be it in the Kavango East or down south, and give us also your recommendations of places to stay at and to go look at. On the other side of the break, we take a look at To the Point.
I'm sure you've heard the news, and Namibia is calling. And it's time to answer with a smile. From the rolling sand dunes of Sossusvlei to the wildlife wonders of Etosha National Park, Namibia is a treasure trove of natural beauty and adventure. With Enjoy, booking the most renowned lodges is as easy as a desert breeze. Picture yourself sipping coffee on a deck, watching the sunrise. Paint the sky in hues of gold and orange. Or how about a thrilling safari, capturing memories that'll last a lifetime? Our easy-to-use website hosts the most beautiful lodges Namibia has to offer. Whether you crave luxury or a cozy hideaway, we've got you covered. So pack your bags and let's turn your dream adventure into reality. Namibia awaits, and with Enjoy, your perfect stay is just a click away.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations unlocks the power of advice and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Getting to the point, the Deputy Project Manager of the Integrated Wildlife Protection Project tells us more about the equipment that was recently donated to the Environment Ministry and how rangers will use it in the field. Let's take a look.
The Deputy Project Manager for the Integrated Wildlife Protection Project. We have here the items that our project has been procuring and is procuring for the ministry. Our main focus is particularly the Wildlife Protection Service of the ministry, because that's the key target group actually for us. We have, just to also let you know, there's equipment, but of course only bringing equipment is not sufficient. Management of this and also training is very crucial, and that everything works together. And but however, and I think this was very well marked in the speech, that it is an investment into wildlife protection. And without the proper adequate equipment, rangers may be set up to fail in very harsh conditions. So what we want to ensure with this project is really that they are well equipped, well trained, and that they have the means of transportation that are required for doing this. And also, you will see this in the tech section here, we have the IT equipment, because communication is actually key for effective law enforcement. And monitoring, rangers are actually the eyes and the ears of the ministry, and without these eyes and the ears, the senior management will not be able to make informed decisions. But of course, this information needs to be captured. Therefore, the ministry is currently employing the SMART approach, the spatial monitoring and reporting tool, which actually empowers the rangers to collect patrol data and actually transform this knowledge or the data that they collect into actionable knowledge by generating maps, by identifying all the key hotspots where there are issues, for instance, in protected areas, and that is actually quite important. So we have here field equipment, we have backpacks, we have sleeping bags, we have personal tents. We also have, on the other side, you see the big tents, because when we have, for instance, fly camps for a longer period of time, the colleagues will move to the bigger tents. But then we, of course, it's very important, Wildlife Protection Service needs to be also visible when at roadblocks, when, for instance, searches are being conducted. And this is actually quite important also, that the staff members can be identified adequately. We have, of course, also this gear, which is basically for all the field equipment, for the ammunition, for first aid kits. We actually have here a special package, and we have every Wildlife Protection Service ranger actually has to undergo a thorough first aid training. These items, I would say, generally also, some of them really contribute to ranger safety. And you will see with the IT equipment we have, for instance, Garmin InReach, that we also want to deploy for the rangers, and this is very, very important to know in the operations room, where are our rangers, where are our field members, because injuries can happen through wildlife or through activities related to the anti-poaching activities. And you want to, one of the key resources of the ministry are actually the rangers. And there was actually a couple of colleagues here right now that attended the World Ranger Congress in France. And the Namibian delegation was very highly regarded there, because they told to a global audience also about their experiences. And it was a very crucial event also that highlights really the sometimes dangerous and very complex task of the rangers. So we have, of course, also personal field equipment. Every ranger, actually, we are living in a very dry and hot country. Of course, sufficient dehydration needs to be ensured. Sometimes patrols are conducted for multiple days, so therefore electricity to charge also our devices is important. So we need solar power for charging devices, or batteries for the torches. We have bush knives, we have tactical backpacks. We have, of course, for making sure that the colleagues can cook and prepare their meals on multi-day patrols. There's equipment for this. And water bladders, also very important, particularly for short-term activities where you can't carry too much stuff with you, but you need to make sure that you can muster the situation in the field for that. So this is, I would say, this is equipment, and this is, honestly, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We have actually procured much more. There's also even a procurement of uniform part of our mandate, together with the GPTF of the ministry. But here we are now moving into the communication and information technology equipment that we are providing. And good administration, of course, is very important. And some of the tools, we have ordinary laptops for the rangers and wardens. Usually a warden gets a laptop because he is the person that needs to organize management on the local level. But we are also, of course, reaching all the higher ranks also with the required equipment to manage their activities properly. But we also have, and this is actually one of the key tools that we are using for the smart approach. These are just very robust, rugged smartphones. And this is, yeah, I'm not making now advertisement, it's a smartphone, but it can be from any brand. And it's quite durable. If it falls down, it's not necessarily broken then. And also water resistant and dust resistant. And anyway, this is a key tool, and like any weapon in the field, this will be also issued as an item for the patrols. And with this, actually, we are doing the data collection. And the good thing about this is it's a geo-reference tool. So when the rangers collecting their observations, and you can capture a lot of information, who is in the team, and where are you going, because you actually can show your effort with this, because you're showing the patrol coverage. You know where the patrols went after the patrol, and then when we are doing a debriefing with the patrol leaders, then the warden can identify maybe a new patrol plan for the next time, depending on what was seen.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for staying with Tourismus throughout our show as we kept you entertained. I am always delighted to be on your screens, taking you through the places to be at and what's happening in the tourism industry. From me, Glenora Shipura, until next time.